All right, everybody, family. I am going live again. Um, I just decided that I first I figured, well, I'll just do one or two lives per week. I have time, and I'm feeling decent today, so I figured I'd do one more thing for everybody today. I am on live tonight. I want to show y'all what's my hair regimen. Um, I do use these combs. You could say what you want to say about them, because I already know in our brown and black community. I ain't gonna say the brown because it's majority of the black community. They don't like to use these combs because they always um or brushes because they always like to say, "Oh, these white girl people, right? White girls stuff." Okay, but you'll go and use a rat tail comb that's tearing all your hair out, whereas you wonder why other white girls got the long hair. I've been using these brushes for 20 years or more. They not for like keeping your hair all laid down and glued to your head. I'm gonna be real honest with you. They give you the breathing, the air flow like vents. Um, I'm going to. I'm adjusting this light because this light is killing my face. So I am going to do my hair, and I'm gonna just show a couple of techniques that I use to get certain styles that I want. I don't generally put a lot of heat in my hair. So I always try to tell people as much as possible, eliminate a lot of heat. So that being said, I mostly grease my scalp with some type of hair oil product like I use Blue Magic. I'm still old school. You know, like it. I use Blue Magic. I'm just keep it 100. Uh, I'm about to go on my YouTube. I'm sorry, I'm already on YouTube. I'm about to set up my Instagram. I have an Instagram page. It's the same as my YouTube, Patricia Norwood 820. So, for the last couple of days, I've been going on, and uh, I've been putting on. You sure I've been putting on my little eyeliner, makeup, stuff like that. I will try to bring in a lot of females with that because um, I'm trying to build a following. Um, it's a lot of women who uh, living the same life as me. I'm gonna just say it like that. Living the same exact life as me. Um, they basically let me hold up. Let me put this on. Oops, I hit the wrong thing. I'm trying to get on my Instagram so I can put this on, y'all. So please bear with me. Um, like I keep explaining, and once I say maybe if I'm a good year going into this, it won't be as bumpy. Um, like I said, I do apologize. I'm trying to get to a place where I don't have to continuously um, keep fixing this. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to be able to let you tap in and join my lives so that you can get the best experience. I'm not doing much. I'm gonna be real honest. I'm not doing that because I'm not gonna hurt myself trying to entertain nobody. Um, I only come here to kind of like contribute to what's going on here on all these platforms. So today, well, right now where I'm at, I'm on Eastern Standard Time. For those young people, because I do my lives for the youth, up and coming youth. Um, we have people who are aging out of their parents' house. They aging out of the system, meaning the foster care system and things like that. And some of them need advice. So this platform right here is not. It can be, but it's because some people have um, bumbled their way through life and they made it, and they caught on very quickly, and they know what's going on in the world. They got it. They got it all down pat and down to get and together. Whew. Why does it seem like it just took me forever to get that out? Okay. We have people who don't have that. And when I say I mean they don't have that is because they don't have the support system of somebody who is uh, going to sacrifice their time uh, and their finances to help somebody get on the right track. You ain't even got to help them succeed in life. Let me tell you a little story because this is what I do. I tell stories. So we gonna get on my storytelling time. It was a little girl. She was like 12, 13. And she was being abused at home. And she found a friend at school that she could go over their house and spend the night and hang out over there all day. It wasn't no boys over there. It was all girls. They had all sisters and all that good stuff. Like females doing hair stuff and uh, experiment with makeup and just being girls. So it was kind of like um, she decided to take advantage of the lifestyle that was presented to her. And she decided that to make her stand out from the other kids, uh, she did things like cook, clean, and do the things that the other kids just didn't want to do. Okay, we're gonna put it like that. And it won her praise in the eyes of the adults, and it might have been calculating. It might have been in other people's eyes manipulative, but you gotta just think about when you're dealing with children and the children that don't have no other place um to be them, to be themselves, to um express themselves, to get along and adapt to culture. Okay. um it's kind of like you have a melting pot of children when you're a teacher and you come into a classroom and you see this pot of gumbo. You know what I'm saying? And you can add your own ingredients, and um, these children can become the best thing in the world, or they can become the worst. Okay. That being said, this child was taken in by a family who was rich. And I know everybody heard the slumdog millionaire story of the lifetime. Everybody got one. Okay. But the situation was totally different because the family that took in the child was still kind of like in, in contact with the biological parents. So it's kind of like, hold up. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here trying to get my flat irons to light up because I do want to do something to my hair because a lot of my tutorials, you notice I have been dealing with my hair and I try to give people feedback on how to get the hair growing. Um, and I have kind of like, it would be rigid for some, but not rigid to me because this is what I've been doing all my life. So it's not nothing new. Okay. It feels like my flat irons on they hot, but I don't see it displaying. Okay, there it goes. I see it now. Okay. But back to what I was saying. And you have parents who uh don't understand that some kids or what they think or perceive as kids are really adults in children body because everybody know about reincarnation and kids being born again and people being born again into children body. So it's kind of like when you face with this type of situation, being a parent, and you have the choice of deciphering, should I enhance my child's talents as opposed to suppressing my child's talent? Okay, this is your purpose as a mom and a dad. We are here to um, bring out our children's talents, um, their expertise. We're here to enhance it and help it grow. So when you have a child that you deem disruptive, problematic, hard headed, because that's the word for black kids. They hard headed. That's all. That's all they gonna say. Hard headed, and they don't have no protocol for the hard headed. Okay, so stop calling your kids hard headed because they're not hard headed. Let me tell you what it is. They ain't listening to your ass because they seen all the fucked up shit you been doing, and they realize that. Why am I listening to this motherfucker? Excuse my language. Sorry, I keep forgetting. Why am I listening to you and your stuff raggedy? But yes, children do have to listen to what their parents tell them. They do. But some kids, preteens, teenagers, all that, they they see what their parents doing, so they like, mm-hmm, what the no, and you what? Let me tell you, I went through a situation with my parents. Now everybody in my family know that my parents are breadwinners. They make money. My mom, she worked for the state. I don't even know, maybe 30 years, 35, something like that. My daddy worked, he was a plant worker. You know what I'm saying? But they made good money. But you wouldn't know because their kids was bums. You wouldn't know because I boating as fuck. You wouldn't think I was eating. And we've been working since we was old enough to work and get work permits. But our parents who had these top of the line good jobs, they was taking our whole check. Yup, taking our checks. It was only until I met a lady one day and she used to take me to work and pick me up and she was like, "You just got paid yesterday, where your money?" And I told her, I was like, "I gave it to my mama." And she just looked at me and she was like, "Your mama work every day. Why is she taking your money?" They had good jobs. My daddy, he worked at Diesel. And my mama, she worked at uh, DHHS to this day. Like she don't work there now, but that's the name of it. Back then it was social service and it was the FIA. It went through so many different names. And it's kind of like those are jobs that people really wanted back in the 70s and 80s. And they got those jobs and just sat on them. And a lot of people do that. They had those jobs and they sat on them. They didn't excel. They didn't get promoted. They complained every day. They fussed. But they did their job and they stayed in that same role, that same title for 40 years until they was able to retire. But they were not happy. It was just the fact that they worked there and they could say, "Oh, I work for the state. Oh, I work for Detroit Diesel." Hmm. I can't tell because your kids don't look like you doing all that great. Because your kids leaving home before they can even get the fuck out of school. All of them. The oldest down to the youngest. So quit trying to pat yourself on the back because you got a fucking title and you really didn't put nothing into your kids. 2021 expose. Today is the day. Okay? Don't act like I didn't tell you. Don't act like I did not warn you. Don't act like it's been building up to this. But see, you know what? I'm not letting you and nobody take nothing to the grave. And I told you that's when 2018. Didn't I say that? You ain't taking shit to the fucking grave. Your time is now. Just like everybody want to talk about me through the whole family, tell everybody all my fucked up dirty draws. Like yours didn't stink. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Because I'm not going to let you take it all the way there and leave me with the same little fucked up shit you tried to put on me a long time ago. But look, you see me? Do you see me? I want you to tap in too. Mom, Dad. Nope, but you can't. You know why? Because you cannot argue any point. You cannot. And I'm about to go do some science. When I say I'm about to do science, do you know what that means? So, when you hear science, 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 that means I'm about to put you out there, okay? Because I'm here exposing myself. So, this is the anatomy of me. And you know what? You made me. So, buckle up, get your popcorn, whatever you need, your crack. Yep, because we're going to go all the way down through there with that. All the way down there through, yup. Mm-hmm. All the way down and through there with that. And we only 21 minutes in. Yeah, I might not have none in here right now in the room, and I might not nobody be tapping in. But let me tell you one thing: they coming, they coming, they are coming. So sit back, relax, put on your headgear. Cause you see this? You remember that day? All those days that you used to always tell me when I was a little girl. I was only like 5 or 6, but you sure waited till I was old enough to understand your work. You said, I tried to kill you, and you lived. And every year after that, you would set me down at a table, eye to eye with you, and pour me a drink. I was only 5 years old. Why are you pouring me a drink? Mama. That's what she used to do. Pour me a drink, pour her a drink. On my birthday. My birthday. And she would always say, I tried to kill you when I was pregnant with you. And I used to sit there and I would listen. And I think by the expression on my face, that would help her keep going because I didn't have any. So she continued. And this is how the conversation went. When I was pregnant with you, I tried to kill your ass, and your ass lived. And I put this on my daughter. I would not fucking lie. Don't. I'm not a liar. Only thing I ever lied about was to protect myself. And that was only after I stole something from somebody. So if it ain't got nothing to do with no money, I'm not lying about it. Do you hear me? And I'm not gonna lie if it don't have nothing to do with my freedom. I lied to a judge all day long. Who don't? But back to the topic at hand. I was always told every year on my birthday, my mama would pour me a drink. 5, 6, 7. And I think it stopped right around about 8 or 9. And she would pour my drink. And she only stopped because I confronted her about it. Because she thought she could keep doing this every year on my birthday. I remember on my fifth birthday, on my fifth birthday, she set me down at a table and poured me a fucking drink. Me a drink and her a drink. And this is how the fuck it went. I tried to kill you when I was pregnant with you. What's wrong, boo boo? Otis over here getting disturbed. I gotta calm down. You got pee pee? Okay, come on. He gotta go to the bathroom. So just give me 1 second. I'm gonna let him out so he can pee pee. But I want to get back to this story because it was really kind of jacked up. Cause I try not to cuss, but it was really jacked up. Hey babes, who is that? Faye, hey. That's that could be my baby daddy. He a hater, and that's what he do. BDFU. That's what I'm about to put. Cause I know that's probably him. He probably on my shit. Cause he's a hater. But and he know all these stories because I told him the same stories back in the day. 15 years ago. Okay, Otis, calm down. He really is pressuring me. I just let him out, but I don't know. He just might not have used it. But anywho, back to this story about this lady who gave birth to me, who tried to kill me while I was in her stomach. Um, I carried that with me for so many years. Like I always wondered why she told me that. And then as I got older, I figured it out why she told me that she tried to kill me when she was pregnant with me. Why she drank a fucking gallon of vodka. Oh, you live. That's what she said. And you live. And then she said, oh, when you came out my stomach, you was looking like a witch. You was looking at me. You was looking at me. You was looking evil. Well, I guess so. You just tried to kill me. You tried to kill me. So you think a baby gonna come out smiling at somebody that tried to kill something that was in their womb? It's not gonna be like that. So it was never a bond. Never a bond. Because from the first day she pushed me out, she passed me, handed me off to somebody else so she wouldn't have to deal with me. And from that day on, I was passed around through the family. And the only way I figured out how to stop this being passed around to everybody in the family, and nobody wanted me. Not because I was bad, because I was a baby. I didn't even have a chance to be bad. I didn't start being bad until I figured out a way to stop them from sending me to people's house. So I started being bad. And you know what I started doing? I started taking money out of people's house. Sure I did. Hundreds. I wanted it to count. Hundreds. I was taking people rent money, probably all type of shit, car note money. I didn't give a fuck because you're not finna keep dropping me off over here, people's house. They used to have me over people's house sitting. How is a 7-year-old house sitting on New Year's Eve in the hood back in what? Back then it was like 80, 79, 80. Oh, they was doing that. They was doing them. They was hitting licks back then. They was hitting them harder than they really is now. But so when I figured out that's what was going down, I figured that they trying to avoid a lick, but I'm about to hit a lick. I'm figuring this now. I'm figuratively speaking now, but this was my mentality. So yeah, I built that reputation so that people be like, nah, she can't come over here, and I do that now to my mama and my daddy because y'all thought y'all had that shit figured the fuck out. Let's find somewhere for her to go so y'all can keep on being crackheads. Mind you, this was back then. I don't know about them smoking on crack right now, but I did hear that my dad was back on that shit. I ain't gonna even lie. And see, that's the thing. If I ain't been around you in 20 years, how's I'm still hearing about what the fuck you doing? And how the fuck is you hearing about what the fuck I'm doing if you're not in my life? I walked away from y'all long ago. I never fucked with y'all. I was peaceful. I was happy doing me. But y'all always seem to try to come find y'all way back around in my life because y'all want to try to bring me around because y'all don't have nobody to beat up on, nobody to abuse. No, yeah. When they run out of people to abuse, they come find the people that, and then they try to say, "Oh, I changed." Okay, but if you keep telling me that you changed, why is you telling everybody that I was lying? But you keep telling me I changed, I changed, I changed, and I keep letting you back in when I had to run away to save my own life. But you told everybody, "Oh yeah, oh she over there on that east side, and she just out there in them streets." But you know, them streets raised me. Them streets raised me. Them streets taught me. Them streets gave me the game. When you was supposed to, when you was hanging at Rado, UBQ, Pat's Lounge, El Tigris. Yeah. Then it got so bad that once I got old enough and started like boys started liking me, boys would come to my house and be like, "I know your mama. She be at Rado. She be dancing all the time." Then I find out these dudes all that ran my mama. But see, my brothers didn't never know that because ain't no dude gonna come to no young cat and tell them they been running bustos or running your mama because they know it's gonna be a fight. So they tell somebody that's less of a threat, me. So that's where I be like, okay. It wasn't always people on the outside looking in because there was people in the neighborhood that used to come back and tell me stuff about my mama and her husband and what they was doing out there around in the neighborhood and everywhere else. But see, them being so close minded and thinking that I was dumb and stupid or didn't know nothing, I didn't know what was going on with them. And they was junkies. So yeah, I heard it in the streets. So if you going to school every day, you hearing this, you got people telling you like, "Oh, we got naked pictures of your mama that we stole out your house. People breaking in your house and stealing shit and disrespecting your house and walking over your house and like." I wasn't trying to really be there. I ended up with the motherfucker. Excuse me, I'm not trying to cuss. The man you was banning liquor from at the UBQ. I live with that man. You didn't tell nobody that, did you? You didn't tell nobody that, did you, Mom? George took me in. George and Tony raised me. You didn't tell nobody that, did you? The only time I seen you back then at the UBQ was because I was already up there with George. While you was trying to tell everybody I was over there on that east side living on file like I was living file. No, I was living Grosse Pointe Ferns. Right off the river. But see, you might not have knew that either. Because that's something I didn't even want to tell you because I didn't want you coming over there blowing up my spot like you always did everywhere I went. And people parents took me in. Regardless to what you might have had tried to put in their brain about me. And like you tried to put in brains about to all your sisters because they the ones came back and tell me everything you used to say about me. Your own sisters. Expose. Your own sisters. They not gonna lie on you. Cause they was raised with you. And one of my aunties came to me and told me that she knew what I was going through. She knew what I was going through. This sickness and my body shutting down and me shutting down mentally is nothing new. I've been getting sick like this all my life, but my mama would never take me to the hospital. She used to be like, "Oh, you gotta eat, you gonna die." I was suffering so much abuse in her household, mentally, emotionally, that when I was stroking out, as even as a kid, throwing up, no appetite, because you need to look at the symptoms and the side effects of having a stroke. Because if you look, you better pay attention to your kids because you be causing them to be sick. And that's worse than Munchausen. Because my thing is, as I got older, I thought she was doing something to me. I would eat her food. And yes, that was a fight every day. Because she used to be like, you better eat. You on that. So, no, I'm going to eat from somebody that I don't trust that's over here abusing me. And let me tell you about the abuse. And it might be something minor. And it might be small to you. But when it's a 4-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 7-year-old, an 8-year-old, and it's been building up consecutively, back to back for these years, then yes, the child will be suffering from traumatic abuse and torture. And it might sound something small to you, but it's major to a lot of other people. Let me tell you. My brothers used to go tell my mom that I did something. I don't even know because I used to be asleep off somewhere, ducked off. I used to stay in my room because after a certain age, I knew that if I came out my room, I was going to get fucked up all day. I had all brothers and I was the only girl. So that's what happened. When you a girl child in a family of men, don't act like y'all don't know. I was ran through. Okay? Period. And when I used to speak out and say and tell on these motherfuckers, whoever was doing whatever to me, I got my ass beat for telling. Okay? because I was jeopardizing somebody else's fucking lifestyle. Whew. I'm trying to forgive. I'm trying to understand. But when you call these family meetings and then you sit around and you attack me because I'm speaking out about the things that you have done in the dark, you start bringing up, oh, you're getting bad grades. Bad grades do not compare to abuse, molestation, incest, and all of that in between. And that was always your argument. And that was always how you tried to shut me down. Okay? Am I lying? Oh, you got bad grades. But let me tell you something. How is a kid gonna function in school if they worrying about who gonna be coming in their room at night and they gotta be woke all night looking? Make sure don't nobody come in their fucking room trying to fuck with them. How is a child gonna excel in school if they hear their mama getting banged in all night? Your room right next to mine. You didn't think about that. You don't have no respect for your own child. I don't give a fuck if that was your husband. You could have put your son room next to your room, but you put my room. I gotta hear you getting fucked all night. You foul. And yeah, I'm saying it. Because I would never do that whole ass shit to my daughter. I ain't never fucked in my house. Not own this bitch. You ain't never owned a house. So don't you ever try to put yourself on a pedestal higher than me. Because you ain't never owned shit. I own every fucking thing I got. No credit. No credit. Because if you paying, you got it on credit, it ain't yours, right? Because they can come take your shit, fuck up your credit report if you don't pay. So we ain't the same. Because that house you in, that was my house before I left it. So quit trying to make it seem like you got to that point. That was my house. I let you stay. Tell the truth, Snaggletooth. And that's a whole nother lie. Because I got all mine. Yeah, my lip might be a little messed up because of my stroke. Everybody see I got that slanted look, this eye over here. Yeah, this sad. I had a stroke. I had a couple. And I've been having them. And now that I've been doing research and been going to neurologists and all that stuff and getting some help for these strokes, I had a whole new revelation. I've been having these strokes all my life. These ain't nothing new. They might have been minor, but I didn't have no parent to take me to the doctor when I was having them. It's just now I know what to do because I've been having them so long, so many times. Now I'm 50 years in on this. And for somebody that can combat stuff like that just by walking away from their whole birth parents and not have nothing to do with them because their parents don't have no encouraging words, no positive feedback, never, ever, ever. I'm not gonna lie to you, and I don't have to say nothing. Some things go without saying because it show. Ain't no way you got 3 fucking kids and don't none of them fuck with you at all on no level, especially your sons. They try to act like you so praise you so high and mighty. Stop. Both of y'all. Stop. You know what? They been scared of you. And they gonna always be scared of you. So they not gonna never tell you. And y'all just been hoping that I never made it this far. Because y'all been trying to kill me all my life. Since the day I was fucking conceived. And now, I'm about to tear you a new asshole. And my heart pump peanut butter for you. Because why you wouldn't let nobody in your house? I was already in there. All right. Yep, that's not what this for. But that's what I'm going to use it for. This is my ultimate. Ultimate! Do you hear me? Ultimate pleasure. Ultimate pleasure. I've always cried out for some understanding. First, it was help. I'm crying out for help. That was when I was elementary. I was crying out for help. I was suicidal. And I asked, can I please? I need a psychiatrist. But but my mama wouldn't take me. She used to tell me, what you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. What you mean you need a psychiatrist? Da, 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 da. Okay. That's when I started reading and fixing myself. And yeah, I was like, fuck school. Because I already knew at a certain age that shit wasn't real. Fuck that. That shit ain't gonna mean shit to me. And it has been proven. And once I left school, I used nothing past division. Flat the fuck out. So if I can excel from dropping out, I got sixth grade fucking education when it comes to, if you really put it down to how far as I made it. I went all the way up to my senior year. I didn't graduate yet. Because when I was six, I made up in my mind that I wasn't graduating. And y'all didn't know that. But that was my ultimate revenge for my parents. Because I knew that would set a different tone as the way people in my family looked up to them. Because they were like, oh, they work at Diesel. Oh, she worked for the state. They was getting money. But you wouldn't know it because they was feeding me potted meat, spam, noodles. I used to shoot 3-pointers. Popeyes. I'm not eating none of that. And for the people that do and the kids that do, that's on y'all. That's what y'all do. Y'all ate it. Y'all ate it. But I did not eat it. And that was the fight. I wasn't eating that shit. And I used to tell that motherfucker, look, you make too much money to be feeding me this. And for somebody to hear that from a 4-year-old, from a 5-year-old, how would you take it? If your child told you, I know you make too much money to be feeding me this. So I'm lying. So I'm lying. So I'm lying. Because that's always what you say. She lying. She lying. She lying. Denial is deadly. Take it to the grave. But take this too. Because it's going to be right in with that dust. They sprinkle your casket with. Because that's where I'm at. That's what I'm on right now. Y'all had 50 years to fix it. And you didn't. You made it worse. So now I'm fixing it. With truth. Period. Your title, your income is not there no more. So you can't keep bamboozling people and making them think, oh, because they work here or they work there, they got their shit tight. Let me tell you right now, I lived through a house of fucking horrors. No cap. And the more you tap in as time goes on, I will reveal more stuff. I will reveal more stuff. But right now, I'm doing this for the people who ain't been had nowhere to really talk about it. And we got people out here clowning. They acting out. They goofballing, slime balling, all that. And that's not helping you. You gotta confront this shit. Get that shit out. Put them motherfuckers out there. Flat out. I'm going back to the old school. I'm about to pull your pants down and rip your mask off. Scraping the bottom of the pot. Scraping up all that burnt shit. This shit ain't going nowhere. We about to deal with this. Okay? So family, stay tuned. Whenever I go live, please tap in because I got my baby daddy, his baby mama, me and her done teamed up and we about to expose people. Okay? And that's what we doing for 2021. This our expose. Anybody down with exposing motherfuckers? Excuse me. Anybody down with exposing people in your family that's been making you look like a simp, making you look like you the bad person, making you look like you the one done everything because you haven't spoke up. You say, I'm gonna take the high road. I'm better than them. I ain't petty like that. I ain't doing that. But you know what? It ain't got nothing to do with petty. Let me tell you what it got to do with truth. And once you speak your truth, everybody that them people been talking to dirty about you, they gonna say, you know what? I've been waiting on them to say that. I never believed what that person said, but you did not say nothing. And that's why that narrative overrode anything you would have thought or said. So now don't take it to the grave. And don't let them take it to the grave. Put that shit out there. Tell your truth. Tell what really happened. And it's just sad that now we got to do it on the platform because we had family meetings. Remember those family meetings that everybody used to call? And then as soon as the family meeting started, everybody was like, Trish, you, you, you. We wasn't pointing out all that other stuff that everybody else was doing, but because the stuff that everybody else wasn't doing was under the bar. I was above the bar. So yeah, them family meetings was about me. They went through and told everybody in the family, if I come around, don't open y'all door for me. Don't talk to me. I was 40, 40 something years old. And I was in Arizona. And I didn't even know my cousin lived in Arizona. I had not seen my cousin since I was like maybe 10 or 11. And this was one of my cousins that raised me like a baby, from a baby. Because I lived with her parents a lot. Because, like I said, my parents sent me away. So my cousin raised me along with my auntie. And at a certain age, something happened with my aunt and uncle, and they ended up leaving the state. And they didn't take me with them. And they left, and I was left alone with my parents who I didn't know because they did not raise me. So it was like I was there to fend for myself. And my aunt, she was in Colorado. She was gone. And from like there, I would say like 13, 14, my life took a drastic turn because I didn't have my aunt and my uncle who had raised me. And I was kind of like between two aunts and uncles. I had one aunt who house was the palace, so to speak. My brothers and them would be mad because I live with my aunt. She had a pool in her house and cathedral ceilings, and it was a palace. I ain't gonna even lie. And they used to call me the princess. And they used to be like, "Oh, y'all treat her like the princess. Y'all let her do whatever she wanted to do." This is my brother, my oldest brother. It wasn't my youngest brother. It was my oldest brother. He was the one that was always mad because I was a girl. And I used to be like, he gay. I ain't gonna even lie. He's super gay. That's how I look at it. And as I got older, I started realizing he wanted to be the girl, and he was mad. And then after my life unfolded into what it was, I realized that I was the boy in the family, but I was the only girl because I did all the things that boys would do. My oldest brother, he became a nurse. My middle brother, who's just a step ahead of me, he became a preacher, a reverend. Me, I became a criminal. I did. I became a fucking criminal. I ain't gonna even lie because that's where I was at. I wanted to be a criminal. That was my. When you want to grow up, what you want to be? You know what I want to be? I ain't gonna even lie to you. And now that's a whole nother story too. But even as early, I say maybe. Whew, I don't even want to take y'all back that far, but I think about 7. I thought I was Al Capone reincarnated. I swear to fucking God. I swear to fucking God. Excuse me. Let me stop cussing. And God is not a fucking. Please forgive me, Most High. I just gotta take a moment, y'all. I'm sorry. I should have did that, but I did. I'm gonna be real honest with you. When I was like 6, whew, my daddy was out there in that game so deep because my granddaddy he a young, and anybody from this town they know about them young boys. And my granddaddy and Coleman Young are cousins, so I grew up around it, knowing that. But it was kind of like my mama, my brothers, they didn't know because my daddy didn't talk to them about stuff like that. And um after a certain age, like it's just real awkward, y'all. It's crazy. Um I used to spend a lot of time with my granddad. He's the young. And a lot of people in my family don't know that really about my granddaddy. Um Welcome. I'm just not telling it. I'm revealing it because my mama, my grandmama, because they was the females in the family, they didn't know. Um, they knew, but I want to say this in a nice way without disrespecting my elders. But back then, a lot of women wasn't in their man business. Okay. Um, in the 70s, like I was born in 71. So I say from like 73 all the way up to like 80, 81. I spent a lot of time with my granddaddy, my dad, uncles, and I wasn't allowed to be around the women in my family. So they don't know what I saw. And that being said, my brothers um, weren't even around to see the things that I saw. Because I don't think my father wanted to let my brothers be around because they was mama boys. To be real honest with you. And my daddy always said I was the one. And it's sad. So yeah, I do. I know I understand that my brothers, you know, have to deal with a lot of that came from that because they weren't um built for that. And that's why our lives all took a different turn. Um I gotta get this sweat off my face. Woo, that's a lot of sweat. I just got a soft sponge. So ladies, when you're going live, you need a soft sponge because I'm about to wrap this up in a minute because it's getting late. Darian is not here. She with her stepmom. Like I told y'all earlier, me and her stepmom has united forces to come together and raise our daughters. They got the same dad, but different moms. So we're on a united front to raise our daughters. So um, we're going to be showing more stuff from our daughters as far as like them on their outings and things like that. Um, Otis, you okay? He laying down there on the floor. It's hot in here. I turned the heat off, but it's still hot. Okay, I had somebody join in and they put a comment and I'm trying to see who it is. It say ham. And then they deleted their message. So I'm gonna just put hello and just say, hey, hello for all those people, you know, that might be tuning in to my live. I do have one viewer. Hey, ow, I hit my knee. And I already got bad knees. Oh my god. Okay, I had to blow that one out. This this was horrible. Okay, I'm a little bit over 1 hour. So um even though I do got one viewer, I appreciate you. But it looks like you retracted your message. I'm not sure if you had a comment, go ahead and um, put your comment in, and maybe we can start a dialogue or something. Get this chat going. Um, I try to keep my lives open so that YouTube can um, increase their algorithms because um, that helps them with their advertising and it helps them generate money. Okay. So I have to have some type of content and continue to go. So that being said, stay tuned for more lives. Tomorrow I will be doing a live with we're gonna be calling it Baby Daddy Bash. So if you got baby daddy comments, good, bad, ugly, tune in tomorrow. It will be probably in the evening, about 7, 8 o'clock. We gonna get together, me and baby daddy, baby mama. We all getting together. I look like a hot mess right now because I am sweating so bad, so profusely. And this is horrible. Like really, sweating is hard. I try not to sweat. I don't know if it's my hair, but when I let it down, it cools down. When I let it up, it's like I get really hot and sweaty. So I'm trying to keep this cool down. I just wanted to go live one more time before the end of the night. It's 2:30 in the morning here where I am in Michigan, Eastern Standard Time. Um, I'm gonna shut this down. I keep on saying I'm gonna shut it down. I got Instagram. So to my viewer, go to my Instagram. Check out my Instagram. Yep, Patricia Norwood 820. I'm on Instagram. So check me out. I'm gonna have more content coming. All right. You have a wonderful day. I forgot this was on, y'all. I'm sorry.